Fire sale, guys. It was always bound to happen. It was always bound to happen. Player exodus. When you're bringing a whole bunch of guys and spend a whole bunch of money, you're gonna have to let some guys go and bring some cash back in. It's all about FFP, balancing of the books. Guys, please subscribe to my channel before I continue. Guys, it's a player exodus. I mean, it's going to start now. Obviously, there's only like literally less than 24 hours left to close any deal that needs to get done. Unless you've been living under a rock, you'd have known that Enzo Fernandez deal seems to be heading in the right direction. And that direction is the direction of him coming to Chelsea in exchange for a transfer fee, a record-breaking transfer fee of 115 million pounds, payable over in installments. Now, to make everything again, you can't spend all this money and not bring some money back in. Otherwise, the watchdogs, the watchdogs that are just hiding in the bushes and just waiting to jump out and flog Chelsea. They're just waiting. They just chomping at the bit to jump out of the bushes to just get us. But listen, they're not gonna get us. And so what's happening right now is going to be some players heading out, possibly this January window. The first player is none other than Gallagher. That's our midfielder, Cobham product. He's obviously been playing. He's actually been making a lot of appearances for Graham, Potter. But with the imminent arrival of Enzo, it's and not even just Enzo coming back. The fact that we also have some of our injured, midfielders like Kante and Kovacic and even Loftus-Cheek. Once those guys start trickling back in over the next few days or the next few weeks, Gallagher, Enzo or no Enzo, Gallagher is just gonna pretty much end up on the bench. So again, given that Chelsea has spent a bucket load of hundreds of millions of pounds just this window alone, there appears to be an opportunity to raise up to 45 million pounds to recoup up to 45 million pounds from Everton. Sean Dyke, he's the new Everton manager who took over Everton after our boy Lampard, Super Frankie Lampard, got fired. He's looking to make Gallagher his first signing. Gallagher obviously played very well when he was on the loan at Crystal Palace, where he scored 8 league goals from 35 starts in the Premier League. And so, Sean Dyke, obviously, you all know him. He's the rugged manager who used to coach, Burnley for many, many years. Did a, fantastic job with Burnley and somehow kept them in the Premier League for a long time. And so, he's now at Everton being tasked with the same job of initially keeping them in the league and then obviously looking forward to next season in terms of moving Everton back up the league table. So they in the process of putting together 45 million pound offer, which comprises of 40 million pounds plus a 5 million pound add-on fee, and this deal looks like it's likely going to be going down. So that's it for Gallagher. He's done his best, but this is Chelsea. I mean, we have goals. Next player on the chopping block is Hakeem Ziyech. He's currently 29 years old. Winger, right winger. He's our left-footed right winger, Moroccan from Morocco. Obviously had a wonderful World Cup, and but he hasn't really been able to sort of assert himself in Graham Potter's system. So he's currently on the market, especially given that Chelsea just brought in not one or two but three brand new attackers, Nani, Madueke, João Felix, and Mikhailo Mudryk. So there's actually many clubs that are looking to bring in Ziyech. PSG wants to bring him in on loan. Newcastle wants to bring him in on loan. However, West Ham, David Moyes, the manager of West Ham, wants to bring him in for a fee in the region of just under £20 million. So my hope is that that's where he's going to go because Chelsea needs to recoup some bread. And then last but not least is our boy, our vice captain, Georgie. Jorginho. He's obviously winding down his contract, which expires at the end of this season. So as especially as Chelsea's looking to add in these new midfielders, that pretty much makes Jorginho surplus to requirements, and so as it turns out right now, in spite of the fact that Chelsea left Arsenal to go ahead and wrap up that Moises Caicedo deal. Arsenal being Arsenal again. This is the same crap that Arsenal did with Mikhailo Mudryk deal. Did not wrap the deal up. Chelsea came in at the 11th hour and snapped the player away from them. So it appeared that Arsenal, they're getting ready to put a third offer through to Brighton. I mean, I believe the last offer that they submitted was something like 65 million plus 5 million add-ons. Well, that's not going to do it. That's not. Brighton is not going to let Caicedo go for anything much lower than 80 million at the minimum. Especially having seen that Chelsea is willing to pay up to 115 million pounds for Enzo. That's not helping. That's not helping Arsenal and them trying to do a deal for Caicedo. So Arsenal, in a typical Arsenal fashion, they're already looking for their plan B, and their plan B appears to be our boy Jorginho. And I don't know. I mean, the tweet talks about Georgie joining them at the end of this season, or if possible, at the end of this transfer window, which would be tomorrow. Which I don't see that happening. Regardless of whether or not we bring in Enzo, I just don't see Jorginho leaving Chelsea before this season runs out. So what will happen most unlikely is George is going to run down his contract. It's going to be a free transfer, and I don't know if it's going to. Once he's free on the market, he's literally free to go anywhere that he wants to go. So Arsenal is going to give it its best try, but in an open market, Jorginho may or may not go to Arsenal. So, guys, how do you feel about this? Latest news about the possibility of three of these players leaving the club. Please, comment below, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Take care. God bless you all. Peace.